Good evening and welcome to On the New York Circuit. I'm Liz D'Antonio, your host. Tonight we are joined by a truly amazing, one-of-a-kind, up-and-coming jazz artist, Sonya Hensley. Please join me in welcoming Sonya. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on down tonight, joining us.
You're welcome.
So tell me a little bit about your background and how you first got started in your jazz work.
Well, I started out as a dancer.
Okay.
As a dancer, right. And, you know, when I was in dance class, I was really hip to all the jazz music, and I really liked it. And quite frankly, financially, I noticed that the dancers got paid a whole lot less
than the singers.
That was my impetus. It was a financial thing. I said, oh, you know, I got to learn how to sing. And then forget it. I heard Billie Holiday and Sarah Vaughan, and the first song I ever learned how to sing was Satin Doll. Yes.
And you're originally from Louisville, Kentucky, right?
Yes.
Okay. So is that where you first started doing your singing and dancing? Okay.
The dancing,
so you
yes.
left Kentucky.
Left Kentucky, yes.
And did you come right to New York then?
I sure did. I sure did, because I was interested in the colleges in the New York area, Juilliard, Adelphi, and so I'd done all my research, and then I wanted to come, and I wanted to check out Alvin Ailey, and you know, I mean, most kids have pictures of recording artists and celebrities. I had pictures of, you know, Judith Jameson on my wall, you know, so I had to come to New York and check it out. And I did that, and I was on scholarship there at Alvin Ailey.
Wow. So what was it like when you first got to New York? I mean, were you really overtaken by the experience here? You must have been very overwhelmed coming from Kentucky, not really knowing what to expect.
You know, I had a map of Manhattan, and I'm an artist as well. I like to paint and draw, and I was drawing maps of Manhattan.
Okay.
Because I'm I'm scared if I don't know what I'm doing. So in order to kind of prep myself, I was studying everything that I could. So I was like ready to go. I was just like, you know, the Derby horses. I was like ready to go. Let me out. Let me out. And my mom was like, I knew I couldn't stop her, so I just let her go.
Let her go.
Let her go. That's it.
Couldn't break the horse.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, jeez. So what was your first gig like in New York when you first sort of broke on into the jazz world here?
Here, it was actually delayed. I spent time on the West Coast.
Okay.
But the experience out of New York was dealing with Mr. Belafonte.
Okay.
Mr. B. And also being fortunate enough to deal with, to work with Miss Lena Horne.
Okay.
So I would say I got introduced to some pretty big people right away.
Right off the bat there.
And I felt very fortunate to be on the same stage with them.
Now, speaking of big people, Les Paul, you perform with him on a weekly basis, who is just an absolute legend.
He is. It's masterclass, masterclass.
Now, what is it like working with him?
Les is one of the most generous people that I've ever met in this industry. And also his mind is always working, and it humbles me to be around him because he doesn't take anything for granted. He basically told me, I met him on my birthday before he turned 88.
Okay.
And he was very nice, but he basically told me, you know, sink or swim, babe, you know? I mean, in his own way, sink or swim. And I got up there and I listened to his music and I listened to his guitar playing and I picked a song
Took it in,
that he loved.
Okay.
And we've been
just
down
right there with each other.
Ever since. Ever since. And it never, ever gets stale.
Yeah.
Never.
Doesn't skip a beat, just really right there with each other. Now, you guys perform every Monday night at...
He has his show every Monday at the Iridium.
At the Iridium on 52nd Street.
Yep, 51st and Broadway. The Stardust Cafe is above it.
That's right.
But he comes in early.
Okay.
And he stays late.
Wow.
Because he's either talking to me or talking to some other up-and-coming artist, or he's talking to the public that comes out to see him. The first show is pretty tightly reined in.
Okay.
And he used to tell me, okay, come to the first show. And I'd come to the first show, and then he'd say, can you stay to the second? I said, okay, Les, okay, Les, no problem. And he called me up before his birthday and said, are you coming to my birthday? And I said, yes, Les, I'm coming. I'm coming. So he just turned 92.